Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dota 2 Invitational by Game On, brought to you by Zubu and Dota 2 Lounge. My goodness, what a wonderful last game. But before we begin, my name is Cygnus. Feel free to join me on Twitter at CygnusCasting, and I am joined by my wonderful and talented Android, my co-caster. Hello, Android.
Hey, been a super great pleasure to cast these last couple of series with you, and now we're heading into Game 2 of this best of 3. Single elimination, there's a lot on the line. If Team Finem pull out this, they're going to take it in a 2-0 sweep, but if Yellow Submarine shows some signs of life, they could force us into a Game 3, and perhaps even end up taking the whole series.
Yeah, oh my goodness, that last game, Spartan was completely on fire, and it's going to be really hard for Yellow Submarine to try to determine what to ban out right now. I want, deep down inside, I want a Respect Mirana ban, but I know I'm not going to see that in the first phase. But Yellow Submarine definitely going to ban out the Earth Spirit. As some of our viewers may know, SS Spartan, not only an amazing Chen player, but like pro-tier Earth Spirit picker as well. So just a great player overall, and that's why Yellow Submarine are going to ban that out straight off the bat. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Yellow also ban out the Invoker, because I do know, oh, they're actually going to ban out the IO. Fair enough, I like that ban too. And then we have, yeah, first pick Chen. That's going to be Spartan Chen. Spartan Chen!
I'm so excited. I like this because I think it could end up being a really heavy snowball push lineup. They could just get early pushers, the Chen, the Bane, heck, even the Enchantress, and just absolutely slam on the towers, finish this game off before the 20-minute mark. I've seen it happen before, and I'm not sure Yellow Submarine has the resources to deal with it.
Yeah, it'll definitely come down to the draft. I mean, they see the Chen coming out straight off, so they know what they need to ban, and they need to pick something that can counter push and stop the Chen onslaught at 7-8 minutes. You know, the early mechanism, the early mana boots, this crazy grinding machine that we're going to see coming out of Finem. Meanwhile, I mean, Yellow Submarine do get their first pick, so they are going to be able to pick up the Invoker if they want for Jet. He didn't do that great on it last game, but I know for a fact that Jet is a really great Invoker player. It was just he was not given, you know, a good opportunity to play him. That was the big problem. I mean, Viper started that laning phase at level 2. There was an early gank. I mean, Viper got like a double kill. He was level 3 at like 1 minute. It was insane. It was just not optimal settings to show off your Invoker skills at all. So what do you think Yellow Submarine are going to be trying to draft here?
Yeah, I completely agree that they could pick up the Invoker once again. We saw that Team Finem had a very no-mercy strategy of just going in, shooting out the damage, so I wouldn't be surprised if Yellow Submarine pick up a Quap, because she's able to dodge a lot of that damage. She has a built-in escape mechanism. She's also able to dish out a bunch of damage herself, so it could be kind of a fight fire with fire counter, but we're gonna have a Zeus on the field.
I am a fan of this pick. I think Zeus is a great pick, and certainly against the Chen, against those super big push strategies, those death balls, because that Arc Lightning is going to lend a lot of support along with the static procs. And on top of that, the alpha you get from the Lightning Bolt is wonderful. And just a little bit on like both sides, finishing off people with the Thunder God's Wrath, but also being able to scout out things like smokes with using the ult for vision is really useful for Zeus as well. So I'm happy to see this. I'm going to be interested to see how the laning phase goes with Zeus, because I always find laning phase is a little bit of a toss-up. If you get some people roaming in on your Zeus, especially this Chen, you are going to have a hard time. But is this going to be a carry, or is this a support Zeus?
I'm thinking we're going to have a mid-Zeus. I don't really see any reason why not, and I'm also thinking the Zeus is kind of a soft counter to the Mirana. It's not a direct ban, but it's saying, you know what, I'm not scared of your Moonlight Shadow because I can reveal it if I feel scared. So I think Yellow Submarine playing a very smart mind game here, going in, making sure Finem feel like they can pick whatever they want, but Yellow Submarine kind of staying one step ahead in terms of what they're drafting for themselves.
Yeah,
Vengeful
definitely.
Spirit picked up. We've seen her a lot in this series so far. Very powerful support, great reliable stun, great mobility. She scales really well from the mid to the late game. But is it really the right pick here if they want to go for a really hard death ball strategy?
I think that it will work. It's just more about what build you go on Vengeful Spirit when it comes to this sort of thing. Remember that her aura does go to everyone around her, so if they get that death ball, they're doing so much extra damage. On top of that, the minus armor is going to be very effective against the Zeus Nature's Prophet, because they don't have a lot of base armor. And stun, always useful as well. Other thing about Vengeful Spirit is she's pretty decent against Nature's Prophet, just on the basis that if Nature's Prophet wants to try to escape, you know, he does that sprout on himself and tries to teleport himself to safety. She can use the Wave of Terror and then swap or stun him out of that sprout. It's pretty decent against Nature's Prophet. It's not like a counter, but just like a nice little thing that you can do. And yeah, so second phase bans, AA, Witch Doctor, both really great bans from Finem. Spartan certainly showing off his drafting prowess by making sure that the Chen and the Vengeful Spirit are not going to be super countered. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Finem pick up maybe a Beastmaster in the offlane, but Yellow Submarine have opted to ban out the Viper. Fair enough. You don't want that laning phase to go as terribly as it did last time. And the Juggernaut, which I also am a fan of. It gets rid of that ward heal and was a pretty obvious pick from Finem just because they did ban out the AA and the Witch Doctor. And the one thing that's kind of cool about Witch Doctor is that his stun actually will go through the spin of Juggernaut as long as it bounces on someone else first.
Yeah, I completely agree. So we're down to the third round of picks, and Yellow Submarine, they're going to be snapping up their pick first. I'm thinking they want to show off what support they're going to be grabbing here. They still have 2 left to pick if this is a mid-Zeus. They're going to go with the Dazzle. And I think I know what this means. I think they're kind of looking for this late game strategy. They're picking Dazzle up as a babysitter, maybe going to be going for a real hard farmer, like an anti-mage, like a Spectre, heck, even a Luna, someone that benefits really well from a babysitter, taking it slow, taking it calm, and hopefully defending against Fenem's Death Ball, because they grab a Death Prophet.
Yeah, so I really like this Dazzle pickup. It's going to really work out well for Yellow Submarine's draft. It really is going to come down to their last 2 picks, and I'm really hoping they're like super smart pickups.
10 seconds.
My only problem with the anti-mage pick is, or like Spectre, well, Spectre could work because we've seen Spectre fight early and she's pretty good right now, like level 7, level 8. Yes, you were right, Android.
Yay! I'm also calling out the Bane for Finem. I want that on record. We are going to have a Beastmaster here picked up for the offlane, so definitely a potential Death Ball strat. I'm still seeing all arrows point towards go, get really early map advantage, push towers down by minute 10, have everything cleared out, maybe even be shoving racks by minute 15, 20. Yellow Submarine, they're going to take a very calm, collected approach to this, going to be applying pressure in a lot of different lanes. Nature's Prophet going to be shoving out the offlane, Spectre able to stay safe in the safe lane, but it's going to come down to early game versus late game, who can get the stronger advantage and hold on to it.
Certainly, and it will also come to this. I think the Spectre is going to be forced to do like the phase boots, earn drum build, like that, the early stats, early fighting, hits level 6 in those team fights every single time they end up happening. I really like the Spectre pickup. It can work really well if we see kind of like the Badman build, I think it is. I think that's what his name is, Badman. And the only thing is that she might have a hard time against the Beastmaster. May have to get a couple extra levels in that dispersion. The poison from the boar is pretty effective against her. With the Dazzle babysitter, might not be so hard, but Spectre has always had a problem in the laning phase when going up against anyone who has any remote amount of range. And Beastmaster, Whirling Axes, and the boars might be a little hard for Yellow Submarine. We'll see.
Yeah, well, we're down to our last pick here. Final ban's out. We've got Alina for Yellow Submarine, so could be support, could be mid. I think they're holding on to their cards a little bit here. They don't want to reveal too much. I'm gonna guess we're having a support a support Zeus mid Lina, but again, could easily be reversed. And last pick here for Finem. If it's a Bane, I want you to buy me an Arcana.
Alright, deal. If it's a Bane, I'll buy you an Arcana. I think it's most likely going to be a safe laner.
10 seconds remaining.
And I think, is Gyro still in the pool, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I've just seen a very similar lineup. I haven't seen Finem run it. I believe it was one of the SEA teams that I was casting during the Shanghai Majors. They picked up a very, very similar lineup, except with Enchantress instead of the Vengeful Spirit, and a last pick Bane, and they snowballed and took racks by like 11
12
minutes.
minutes? Yeah, oh my goodness.
Because there was just no way to stop them, because anyone that came up to them got nightmared immediately. Death Prophet just casted the exorcism, and the towers absolutely slipped down. So Ad Finem, they're taking a while deciding on their last pick, dipping into their reserve time. So it's either going to be a core if we see more of a traditional lineup, a hard safe laner, or if they want to go ultra death ball, we'll see some sort of lockdown, maybe an enchantress, maybe a bane.
Yeah, I really do like the dedication to the early game. The only thing is that if they do pick up something like that, if they ever lose any of their momentum... oh my goodness, you're right! Yeah, okay. You get a Crystal Maiden Arcana.
Oh, that's the one I wanted too. I can do a Crystal Maiden impression. It's good.
You'll have to give it to us after we're done. Alright, I'm super excited about this. It is
really
going to
pumped
be
about
a
that.
mid Zeus. You are right, it is a core Zeus, so most likely Lena as the support. And as mentioned, as before we freaked out about the Bane pick, the only problem with Ad Finem is that it is a risky strategy, because if they lose the momentum, they will lose this game. There is no scaling into the late game for them. Spectre will outscale them significantly. So that's the biggest danger that they're going to be facing. It's really going to be on Art's shoulders to be able to hold it together. And he has to go the right build. It's not... I do not think it's going to be like a Radiance super crazy build. Also, overlays. There we go.
Overlays. Yeah, not putting anyone in jail here. I completely agree with what you're saying about Ad Finem. This is kind of their YOLO push. They still have another game if things don't go their way.
Yeah, it's very true.
They're kind of experimenting here. They're either going to stomp this by 20 minutes, or it's just going to start tilting in Yellow Submarine's favor at the 15-minute mark, and they'll just snowball out of control. So this is kind of going to be an experimental game for Ad Finem, probably picking out a new draft. So I am excited to see what happens. I'm also excited to try out my new Arcana after the game. Would you like to go ahead and introduce one of the teams here?
I will absolutely be more than happy to introduce the Radiant. So on the Radiant side, Yellow Submarine, they do have Nort playing the Dazzle. We have Jet playing the mid Zeus. We have 111 playing the Lena. And Art's going to be playing the Spectre. In the off lane, we will have Dale playing the Nature's Prophet. And take it away, Anne, for the Dire.
Alright, on Ad Finem, my golden boys here. We've got Pray for him on this
battle
off lane
begins.
Beastmaster. In this mid lane, we've got SSA Spartan walking towards the jungle. Down here towards the rune spot, well, we've got the Death Prophet. Mid is going to be played by...
QQ.
Semicolon. The one is going to be on the Vengeful Spirit, and my Lord and Savior maybe next time on the Bane.
Alright, so just good overall right clicks. Nature's Prophet's gonna try to do the good old pulling the creeps away. Not 100% effective, but certainly has worked well enough. We'll end up pushing the lane. And meanwhile, in the mid, Death Prophet already playing very aggressively against Zet, just using the Soul Siphon, getting up on the high ground, and Jet's is going to be right-click down and already below half health.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. I think Zeus obviously has that really nice spammable arc lightning. He's able to dish out a lot of damage at once, but he needs to be so careful. However, down here in this bottom lane, we've got Alina going head-to-head with a Beastmaster. There's going to be a boar popped out. Now, Alina taking a lot of damage. Lightstalker Array is off the mark. Spectral Dagger does not connect either. So Beastmaster going to be getting away to safety and wasting a lot of time and mana on the Radiant.
Yeah, he will continue to get just, oh my goodness, I missed it.
I caught it.
I missed
Shen
it.
just walked into lane. Got the kill on the Dazzle, who was going in for the Courier Snipe. Courier Snipe goes through, but not worth the first blood.
That's a really good pick-off, though, by the Dazzle. Does it delay the bottle? Did the Courier have the bottle on it? I didn't see whether or not.
I didn't see.
There's
I
no
wanna
bottle on
say-
the DP. So.
Yeah, there's no bottle in the DP, and she also has very little gold. Oh, here
Oh,
we see a
Jet.
save. The Jet, SSA Spartan should be getting the kill here. Death Prophet does secure it, using that Crypt Swarm, but meanwhile, in the top lane, Vengeful Spirit picks off the Nature's Prophet, so we have no lack of action around the map so far, as its kill score can be 0-3 in favor of Ad Finem. This Death Ball strategy is shaping up exactly how they want.
Yeah, this is precisely what they wanted. I will say that the Courier pickoff is pretty important. The Dazzle did do a great job on that. But it is going to give Zeus a little bit of a laning advantage.
Dazzle
where-
coming in, Gonna be going very deep here. Gonna be picking off the Death Prophet unless she's super careful. And no, it looks like Zeus will get the kills with that. So Yellow Submarine putting themselves on the board here, maybe slowing down the Death Prophet process even more. So Courier's gonna be respawning pretty shortly on the side of the Dire. They've got another minute left on that. Death Prophet gonna be set back a little bit in terms of farm. In terms of net worth, she's still third on the chart, so they haven't taken her down too much.
Yeah, alright, so we'll quickly go over the last hits here. So Spectre just farming away, happy as a clam at 15 and 5. Meanwhile, Vengeful 12 and 2. So is this actually a core Venge?
Let me check.
Or is it just super lucky?
I mean, I think she's just kind of building up whatever she needs to get absolutely unkillable and just go in and snowball. So I don't even think Finem are considering roles here at this point. They just want to be the best snowball they can be, and if that means picking up some quirky items in the Venge, so be it.
Yeah, I think
here we go, bottom lane. Never mind.
Oh, no, okay. Oh, there we go. Just a right click. It's a good light strike array. Just gonna get a couple more right clicks out. Arts moving way forward, but nothing too crazy happening here. Spectre is going to go for the power treads, so I think we're going to see a more traditional Spectre build.
Ooh, Spectral Dagger coming out. Preyform getting chunked a little bit, but he's too far under tower for Yellow Submarine to dive just yet. He's going to pop that healing salve and go right back to farming. Finem, it's only 4 minutes in the game, but it feels like they should start rotating in for some, 3-4 man ganks if they want to get this death ball really off the ground.
I will mention that Zeus, he is going to be doing the bottle crow thing.
What is happening here in the bottom lane?
Oh my goodness.
Deep diving, and now it looks like the Spectral Dagger connects. There's going to be a Nature's Prophet TP as well. It is cancelled. Light Strike Array off the mark, but now maybe next time comes in. This could be so horrible for the Radiant. Nature's Prophet finally decides to go through with the TP. In fact, 1-1-1, going to be trying to chunk 1-for-1 down, but Pray for Me ends up getting the kill for that. He does pay with his life, and in fact, Bane going to be using the Self Nightmare, trying to keep himself alive for just a little bit longer. Looks like he will end up falling. Nature's Prophet gets the kill for that. Now we are going to see Spectre in the Nightmare, and now Nature's Prophet
and mid.
still alive.
Shallow Grave comes out on the Dazzle. We do have Death Prophet going to pick up that kill. Meanwhile, Spartan going up against Alina. And Light Strike Array will end up hitting on Spartan again, and goodbye to the Hellbear. Healing Salve is popped.
Oh, Death Prophet, she might still be in some trouble here. Gonna be taking a couple hits from the Lina. She's gonna walk back to safety. She's got SSA Spartan, but he's in some unfamiliar territory as well.
Yeah, he's just getting himself another Centaur. There is 3 mid, but what I was about to say is, even though it feels like Zeus has had a pretty strong laning phase, he actually is behind by just 1 CS, so it just goes to show that QQ, or semicolon, very great at farming just with that Crypt Swarm, able to stay on top. Oh, Dale! Trying to get himself away, and will... Oh, fake TPs!
He actually canceled the TP. The Sprout's gonna come through. Lina, she does have the Light Strike Array in another 2 seconds, but Bane is here. He's got the Nightmare. Spectre coming through as well. Lina ends up falling. Maybe next time. Gonna be feeling real good about this. Running away from Arts. And in fact, maybe looking to even turn onto Dale. The Bane, he's really looking. Can they cancel the TP? They cannot. But Spectre might be the target of the damage here. Gonna be taking some Boar
There's
Spray.
a Nightmare.
Nightmare to hold her in place. Pray for him. Doesn't have that level 6, but the Centaur Stomp's gonna hold her in place just a little bit longer. Brain Sap comes through. Spectre's gonna be falling. Pray for him gets out with his life unless the Tria can go through. But the first ultimate from the Zeus ends up taking out the Beastmaster. Up top, we have no shortage of action, as looks like there's gonna be some pressure here on the tier 1 tower.
So Venge sitting at level 6, maxing the magic missile. I really do like this. Since we're about 6 minutes in, I know it's a little bit early, but we've had so many kills. Let's take a look at the item progression. So we are going to see the Mana Boots out on Jet. We have the Power Treads coming out on Arts, and really nothing too significant. A bottle on the DP, but other than that, nothing too crazy coming out.
Oh, top lane.
Oh, again.
Trapped up in the Sprout. Nord coming in. The swap comes through, and now Nord gonna be stunned up. A huge chunk of health goes down. Bane ends up using the Brain Sap to complete the kill. So Finem, they're leading the kill chart. They're doubling up the kills of the Radiant. And in fact, we could see some cheeky plays here as SSA Spartan rotates at his army. They're going to be slapping on this tier 1 tower. Death Push could come out very, very shortly. As Death Prophet, she's actually level 7, hasn't chosen to
Oh, Jet!
There's Spirit Siphon going in, gonna be getting the kill on Jet. Nord comes in, ends up getting the kill on Shen, but now Nord gonna be taking some serious damage here. Uses that Shallow Grave, but it's gonna run out very shortly. Light Strike Array connects onto the Death Prophet. In fact, she's getting very, very low. Has to be careful. She now has the Exorcism if she wants to burn it. Nord so low. If she aims the Crypt Swarm Wipe, she can get him, but she aims it wrong. Now it looks like Dazzle gonna be able to walk away to safety, but here in this top lane, we've still got more action. Dale trying to TP out, but the tower goes down, and it looks like Bane going in can't cancel the TP in time. I'm so tired. It is going to be in the top lane, but this is going to be the immediate nightmare onto the Spectre. Spectre does end up killing off the Venge. It's going to be a TP in by the Nature's Prophet. Maybe next time going to get locked up in this Sprout, trying to TP home. Can they break it? Looks like the Life Striker Ray comes through. Lina gets the kill on that. One right click will secure the kill.
Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen. This game has been endless. There's just been action everywhere, and I apologize for the TT tours, the camera tours. I keep wanting to talk about, there's been no break in action. It's 7 minutes in. We have like 7 kills on Yale Submarine, 9 on AF. This is just insane. I love it.
Yeah, as far as death balls go, it feels like at Finem, they should be grouping up, they should be trying to push. They got the top tower, but that's just about it. They need to start clumping up, and it looks like that will be the call. Death Prophet gonna go bottle up an Invis rune, gonna head towards this bottom lane, perhaps gonna go for the kill on Nort as well as the tower. That's gonna be a huge play, and that is gonna be the goal. Now the one going in uses the missile. Wave of Tower is actually off the mark, but Nort has the shallow grave, will use the shallow grave, but I don't think he's living through this one. Just gonna be buying himself some time before the tower goes down. He has to watch it die, and he is gonna be sent back to the fountain for 20 seconds. Here we have 4 Dire heroes focusing their attention bottom, but in the mid lane, Radiant trying to do what they can as well. The Fortify's going to come out for the Radiant. And now the tower ends up falling down here. Do Dire rotate to defend their tier 1?
I think that they want to probably just do the tier 2 thing, but since the Radiant seem to be kind of pulling back, there will be a teleport. But maybe they just want to go for the tier 1 mid. I mean, it will reduce on the response time in the Radiant jungle itself, and...
Invis Death Prophet, she's going to be bumping into Dale here. She is going to be going towards 111, using that Soul Siphon. Light Striker Ray does stun up the Death Prophet, but the missile comes through, pops the Lina, and now there's going to be a swap coming through. The one to pay with her life. There's going to be an ultimate from the Zeus, getting everyone kind of low. There's no ultimate from the Death Prophet. She does use the wand charges. Now she has enough mana if she wants to pop the Exorcism. Not going to be distracted by the Radiant Courier. In fact, she's got her eyes on the prize, trying to run for her life. The Spectre's going to haunt in, though. Arts has some serious potential to do the damage. Can they pop her? They do. They get the Death Prophet down, but on the back lines, Spectre also takes down the Chen. So it's going to be 3 dead on Ad Finem, and that's not the way you want your death ball to go.
Definitely. Arts has been playing this quite nicely, and is going to be going for the Radiance build. I was quite surprised. I thought maybe we'd see like that phase boots, drums, that sort of idea, but it actually seems to be working out quite nicely with how well the ganks have been going, the rotations, and that sort of thing. Normally...
Just Dale killed off the Beastmaster's Hawk. You hate to see that happen.
The hawk.
Sorry. Did we interrupt that?
That's fine. Don't worry about it. It's good color. We mourn the death of the Beastmaster's friend, Hawkman. But I like also another mention is the Thunder God's Wrath has been coming in really useful the last couple team fights. It's just that extra little push of damage that's been securing the couple extra kills, and meanwhile, I mean, Chen, he's level 5, he hadn't had any of those heals for those team fights, and that's mainly the reason why we saw Ad Finem lose so many. But once the mechanism comes out and once he is level 6, I think we will see those team fights go maybe a little bit more in favor of AF.
Well, like you've got your camera on, we have a rotation attempt coming out here from Ad Finem. I think they're going to have no trouble taking this Radiant. Maybe they scout this out, maybe they don't, but they're not going to get to the pit in time to do anything about it. So, looks like the first Aegis of the game is going to go the way of Ad Finem. Vengeful Spirit actually picking it up, so going to be going for more of that core Venge. She needs to stay alive in these fights because she's got the reliable stun, she's got the swap, she's got the positioning, so now Dire, they're ready to go in, maybe looking for some picks here. Nort could be the target, Arts as well. Arts does, he does have the haunt now, just coming off cooldown. So, Radiant are going to be focusing their efforts up in the top lane, but Dire are just going to be snowballing towards the mid.
Alright, so top tower is going to fall with the help of Dale, as you mentioned. Does have a Thunder Gods, or sorry, a kind of global damage coming out with the Wrath of Nature, and Thunder Gods is also available.
Well, we've got some initiation coming through as the first weave of the game, I believe, is cast on all of the Dire heroes. But that tower is not going to stay alive for long. Maybe Radiant going for a deny, but I don't think they're going to get it.
Swap!
Swap comes out. Nort gets dead before he even has a chance to cast the Shallow Grave, and now there's going to be a Soul Siphon here. Lina getting very low. Light Striker right catches out the one. Death Prophet wants to go in. Crypt Swarm in 1 second. Can she aim it right? She does. Lina goes down, and now we're going to have the Thunder God's Wrath.
Oh, that's us.
But maybe next time, try to do what he can. There's going to be all of the Dire heroes still living except for the Death Prophet. And they can continue to push here as both the Lina and the Dazzle are dead. Nature's Prophet focusing his attention on the top, but the mid tower is going to be the focus of the damage. And with the Chen creeps, with all the damage coming out from the Dire, they can certainly get it down.
Yeah, they also have the Necro creeps also right-clicking on top of this, so definitely going to not be as a fast push. This tier 2 is going to fall much quicker. Whether or not there's going to be a rotation is the real question. I also love the balls on AF. They are continuing to push this tower even though the weave is on them and halfway through its duration everyone's like minus 16 armor. They do not even care.
There's actually a deny from the Beastmaster on the top, so Nature's Prophet can't even secure that little bit of gold for himself. Spartan, he's farming up the enemy jungle like it's just no big deal. There's no respect for this guy. He's feeling really confident, almost done with his mechanism at 13 minutes in the game on top of Arcane Boots.
Yeah, it also should be mentioned that the Death Prophet actually would have most likely survived with the Chen ulti, but Chen was just a little bit too slow. It was just came out. Oh!
Trouble, SSA Spartan is going to be locking him down. Death Prophet finishing him off. Spartan is going to be TPing home. Actually cancels the TP as they're going to go in. Yules from the Death Prophet catches up the Zeus. I don't know if Zeus is getting out of this one. Takes a Fiend's Grip right to the face. Jet most likely going to be falling. Takes a shallow grave here from the Dazzle, but that's only going to buy him time. There's not a whole lot he can do. Maybe he looks for kills on his way out, but maybe next time just going in, securing the kill. Nightmaring up Dale here on the back lines. Dazzle getting everyone very low, but there's the mech from the Chen. Keeping everyone alive now. Nort going to be taking some damage. Soul Siphon doing so much here. In fact, Nort may end up getting the pick on Death Prophet. Very smart Yules from her here, but she's not going to live through this one, so Death Prophet goes down, joins the Chen in the fountain, and now Pray for him going to be retreating along with maybe next time.
So this smoke, I'm a little bit wondering why exactly they smoked. I mean, there's not really... Oh, well, maybe it might work out here. The one's up.
The one's up. He could easily go for a pick on Nort if he gets the vision. Going to be going with the wave of...
Oh, there it is!
As well as the Nature's Prophet. There's going to be Aegis on the bench, but now she's going to get surrounded. I don't think she's getting out of this one. What can she do to live? And she's just going to get slapped up. Takes the Laguna right to the face. She's living through everything so far, but finally the damage from Spectre is just too much.
I don't know if they need to commit the Laguna to it, but you know, it's a low enough cooldown that you might as well. But yeah, that was not really the greatest play by the one. A little bit too deep. No real reason to be out there. You just lost a team fight in the mid. Like, there's no value coming out from that move. But, I mean, the momentum of AF doesn't feel as strong as it was last game. And I think that's really just because, yes, of... you know, hunkered down, they know what they need to do. This Zeus pick is really paying off. And on top of that, you know, being with Dale and comboing that with the Wrath of Nature is just excellent. It's just perfect. Oh!
Beastmaster Shout committed. They're going to get an easy pick on Lina, so just nice, clean pick off for Finem. They're going to go in. Looks like they might scout out Dale as well. There's going to be some tree ends blocking the path. In fact, maybe he gets stuck here. He's going to get sprouted up, and now Nort doing some serious damage. It's going to be going in. Hand of God comes through, but not in time, as Dazzle gets the pick off on the Beastmaster. Spartan trying to do what he can to de-ward this sentry, but I mean, Radiant, they figure it out. Zeus, obviously, fantastic at de-warding things whenever he feels like. So they know there's the Radiant scouting this out. The Dire's in the jungle as well, so... I mean, this death ball doesn't feel as concrete as it needs to be. They need to be all together all the time, constantly pushing, and this kind of half-laning, half-pushing isn't working out.
Yeah, exactly. Now, while we were all kind of watching all this action, no one is really suspecting Arts, but that Radiance is going to be coming out very shortly. That's an amazing time on the Radiance, and it's just, that is going to just be the worst for AF. Once Arts has that Radiance, the second that she haunts herself up, Chen creeps are going to be practically half health. Everyone's going to be really suffering underneath that burn, and on top of that, any of the right clicks coming out, you have a miss chance. It's not the greatest place to be. I feel like that's going to be the real big turning point, and I think SS Spartan knows this, and he is just going to start pushing down at this tier 2 along with the rest of his team.
16-minute Radiance gets completed for the Spectre, and I think we were talking about early how, you know, if you let the Spectre farm, oh, we got a swap out here, as Jet's going to get stunned up, slapped up by the Chen creeps, and Zeus is going to be the first to fall, and there's going to be a Light Strike array, catches on 2, there's going to be a Laguna, it doesn't take down anyone just yet, Haunted from the Spectre, gonna be doing what she can, and now she's gonna get used up. Death Prophet going up in the air, as Art's still relatively healthy, is gonna take a Fiend's Grip to the face, but Arts is dominating, gets a kill here before she goes down, takes down the Chen, but overall only one hero on the Dire falls. They've got the Exorcism up, and they can use it to push the tier 2 if they like, but wow, Death Prophet gets very, very low there from the Dazzle Wave, and now it looks like she needs to stay back a little bit, wait for the Ghosties to heal her up, but with only the Dazzle alive, the Dire can start pushing this Radiant high ground, and that tower is melting.
It's just
so incredibly fast. They could go for Rax here. They will go for Rax. They've got to be careful. They've only got about 20 seconds till Spectre respawns, and Lina can certainly do some damage. She's going to come up. Does not have her ultimate. Bane's going to go in. Nightmare's up north, making sure he stays out of the fight for just a little bit. They're going to go ahead. They're grabbing the melee Rax. They want to back off before Lina can really cause some problems.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Death Prophet has healed up pretty much completely from her ultimate, but you don't want to risk it. They got what they wanted, which was the melee Rax, and I didn't actually expect the team fight to go that way.
Death Prophet in some trouble here. Is the Dale's gonna TP in? He's trying to connect his TP, nothing to do it just yet. He doesn't have that Orchid, he doesn't have that Hex, so successful TP, but not able to catch out the Death Prophet.
Yeah, that was actually pretty close. I mean, it was too bad that Jet or the Lina weren't in range of that, because that would have been an amazing pick-off. But as I was saying, I didn't expect the team fight to go that way. I felt like maybe Spectre didn't get as much presence in it as I thought that she was. She probably just needs one more survivability item. And as I was mentioning before, I would really like to see some stats on her. I don't know what you would go exactly. As much as I hate to keep repeating myself, I would really like to see a drums, just so that she can start fighting and being relevant in these team fights, because we saw how much devastation just the Haunt and the Radiance did. It brought everyone so close to being dead. The only reason why Death Prophet survived was because of her Yule's Scepter. So yeah, I think we need a little bit of stats on the Spectre, and we may see Finem really starting to suffer. We should mention though that AF are sitting on a team net worth advantage. Again!
The one's gonna be taking a ton of damage. Nort trying to catch up. The one is pretty speedy. Has its drums, but Jet gonna be using that Thunder God's Wrath. Gets a double kill here. Now Bane running for his life, getting super duper low. And here Spectre gonna be chasing down the Death Prophet as well. Death Prophet's still relatively healthy. Arts wants to go and has the Spectral Dagger in 2 seconds. Has the Radiant as well. Spectral Dagger being cast, but Death Prophet is so tanky. She's got the Soul Siphon. Has to give up on diving that deep. But I think one thing's for sure, Finem's window is starting to close.
Definitely. And on top of that, it was interesting to see just the Radiance Burn and the Thunder God's Wrath, along with the Wrath of Nature, was enough to kill off pretty much the supports straight out. Like, they didn't really need to do much else to secure that. And on top of that, Zeus also has the Veil of the Discord and the Aether Lens. It's just so much magic damage coming out. Chen creeps instantly just getting picked off.
Yeah, I mean, Finem, they had the opportunity to go in to 5-man death ball this. They got a set, or one half of a set of racks, which is certainly something, but they didn't go full hog on that death ball strategy. We have a pickoff here coming out as Pray for him catches up the Lina. Light Striker Ray does catch. We're gonna go in. Oh, the Hand of God actually keeps him alive for now, and actually the Lina's the one to drop in that engage. So now the Dire doing a great job rotating and helping their allies. And with the Lina dead, that's a lot of lockdown gone on the side of the Radiant. Dire could try to capitalize on this. Looks
and
like
they are,
the Roche pit, and we've got the Exorcism up to take that out. So it's going to be a secondary Aegis going the way of the Dire, unless the Radiant get their act together right now.
I don't think they're going to be able to do very much against this. I mean, they have vision on the Roshan. They're kind of pinging it out, but there really isn't much you can do with the Guardian Greaves now on us. On the... Who has those Guardian Greaves?
SSA Spartan's got them. It's a pretty typical
it is. I was looking at someone else. Who am I looking at?
Well timed. We are going to have the Aegis go once again onto the Vengeful Spirit, so she's getting some serious support from her teammates. She has the Helm of the Dominator, so this is certainly a core Venge at this point, but I don't think she's going to come close to out-carrying a Spectre once we hit the mid-late game.
Certainly. She's sitting at 10k, meanwhile Death Prophet at 9. I will mention that Death Prophet has picked up the Pipe of Insight, and I really, really like this pickup from Death Prophet, just on the basis of how much magic damage is coming out during these team fights, and it was 100% the right way to go. It gives her the inherent magic resistance, but on top of that is going to protect her team from the Thunder God's Wrath during their high ground pushes, and that's really what they need, is that sort of just barrier against what's happening. Oh, Arts do spot out the Death Prophet.
Yeah, gonna be a little bit cautious here, as both teams know they have a lot to lose. We're kind of teetering on the edge of, you know, Finem still feel like they could go in and win these fights, but Yellow Submarine, they're starting to get the farm on the really important cores. One pickup I want to note is that Prey Forum now has a Gem of True Sight that was bought by the Bane, so that's going to be really helpful in dewarding and making sure that there's no sneaky business going on.
Yeah, the vision game is going to be playing a very large part a little bit later. I think maybe at this point as well, it's having that vision on your opponents is very important at this point when you are trying to just do a death ball push, and they have so much potential global vision with the Zeus ult and the of course the Haunt as well.
Radiant's top tower.
Well, this could be an initiation, because maybe next time it's gonna Nightmare up Nort. There's gonna be a swap in, so Nort gonna be taking a lot of damage, blasted right to the grave. Dazzle, no chance to do anything here. The final exterior tower is going to go down on the side of the Radiant, and Dire show no signs of backing off. They want to go in. They've got the Exorcism. It's going to be popped right now, going onto this tier 3. There is a Fortify on the side of the Radiant if they need to cast it, so they are going to spend it, trying to keep this tier 3 up. They've got everyone here, aside from the Nature's Prophet. In fact, they're all going to be split pushing his Arts. He's in the mid lane. He's got to get back to defend his racks. There's a Zeus,
oh
no.
no.
But those guys are so squishy. There's not much they can do against this push. Looks like another melee rack is going to get picked up. There's going to be the ultimate, but the Hand of God from the Shen is going to keep everyone relatively healthy for now. The Haunt comes through. Arts is back in. It looks like there's going to be a Laguna Blade cast onto the Death Prophet, but she's still relatively alive for now. She's getting very, very low. I think the Light Stack Ray might pick off the one, but that's just the Aegis, and that's certainly a worthwhile trade. Nort ends up going down here, courtesy of the Chen, and now there's going to be a Fiend's Grip, and it looks like it will continue to connect until it's cancelled by the Light Strike Array, and finally the Spectre going to get picked off. That could be GG. The Spectre's just gone down too many times. Now Lina going to get used into the air courtesy of the Death Prophet, and perhaps brought down the Soul Siphon, doing so much damage. The swap in, Lina gets popped before she has a chance to react, and now they're going to be able to go finish off this lane of racks that they once had, but Nature's Prophet, meanwhile, he's been chipping away at these tier 3s.
Yeah, they are. I think they need to dedicate themselves and try to take out this range. Just finish it off. It's almost dead. It has like it has 152 hit points, and you can just rotate one person to stop the Nature's Prophet, which is exactly what they did. That team fight was insane. How quickly those towers were dismantled by the Chen, by the Necro is just absolutely incredible. And look at this. It's once again.
Yeah, this is through a Veil of Discord and a negative armor weave from the Dazzle, and now Zeus is here. He could seriously do some damage. He's going to be trying to focus in onto the one. In fact, he may end up getting the kill, although there's a missile here. That was a
the
send Chen! What a fantastic play there, keeping the core safe and making sure that the Zeus is not going to get anything for his struggles. He's having such a tough time. He's 6th on the net worth chart. So that mid is having a big ol' struggle, and now there's just going to be one remaining fragment of racks in the bottom and one ranged racks in the mid, and the top racks is completely cleared out. This is getting very hard for Yellow Submarine. They've got a couple good fights left in them, but they've got to stop Finem in their tracks. Most
certainly. The great thing, though, is that Spectre is getting a lot of net worth. They do have a fairly decent... Oh, let's see. Are you going to see anything coming out of this? No, just some vision.
Yeah, that's... I mean, Spectre does end up killing off the Death Prophet, which is pretty big. She's got a minute-long respawn, but I don't think that's any challenge. Death Prophet doesn't have the buyback, but I have no problem with Finem just waiting this out, waiting for their lanes to push. But Dale's trying to do a good job of making sure that doesn't happen. He's got his little tree ants here in the bottom lane, trying to cut the wave a little bit. Yeah,
it's really hard right now for Yes, but certainly not GG. As we have seen this sort of team comp, I mean, Lina, Spectre, Zeus, Nature's Prophet are all pretty... Oh no.
Looks like there's going to be a wraparound. Glimmer Cape, she's going to be trying to leave, but there's the Primal Roar, certainly not wasted. She's just bumped back to the base. She actually gets a kill on that, courtesy of that Test of Faith. And now just going to be going in, looking for some more pickups. Maybe next time it's going to Nightmare up Dale. There's going to be some rotation in for that, but Dale could easily turn this if he wants to. There's going to be an immediate Fiend's Grip into a Glimmer Cape, so there's no revenge. Now there's going to be a swap here, making sure that Dale goes down. The one finishing him off, getting another kill for that core Vengeful Spirit. This is looking so good for Finem right now.
It really is. We're going to go swap over to the overall buybacks. There will be the buyback on the Lina available. There's no way she wants the buyback at this point, though, just because there's only 15 seconds remaining. But She
Oh,
will have
smoke up.
that. Oh, no.
Dire are so ready to go here. Spectral Dagger committed onto the one. Well, that's a great bait, mate. And now Arts leaves the base. Could end up getting punished for this. Is going to go into the Nightmare
no.
right away.
There's a swap!
Here. And now Arts could be heading back to the grave very soon. Ends up getting shallow graved, but will probably end up falling here. And I think that's going to be the end of the Spectre. Although Spectre trying to take out the Bane before he goes down will not.
She does
be
have buyback.
Exorcism from the Death Prophet. Now it looks like a Laguna Blade coming in, trying to keep the Death Prophet low. But she's going to use herself back to safety. If she's not careful, she could fall here. She's going to take that Dragon Slave and ends up going down. Zeus getting a double kill. So fending off the Dire for now. In fact, Jet, he's on the offensive now. He's got a blink if he needs it. Gonna be trying to find out maybe next time the Sprite comes through from the Nature's Prophet. In fact, does get the Bane with one last right hit. The lone survivor is the Beastmaster, and I think he's going to make it out okay unless there's some really, really precise blinks.
Yeah, really well done by everyone. It was just, there wasn't quite enough sustain on AF's team to stay for that high ground push. The pickoff on the Spectre was absolutely key, and they didn't manage to actually get her to buy back. That would have been worth it if the Spectre had bought back, and then they could just do another kind of like death push into the mid or the bottom. But yeah, that was certainly Yellow Submarine holding on to dear life as much as they can. What's going on?
That I love. Take a look
Alright.
at the one's items.
The one has picked up the Aghanim Scepter, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go. I like that a lot because I think in these fights it's almost as valuable as a buyback. Just having, oh, we're gonna have a TP here. Dale is gonna catch out the one. The one trying to do what he can, pops that fresh new BKB, but Jet's here doing some damage. Now there's gonna be a swap in, getting Arts off guard, but SSA Spartan might be the first victim here. In fact, will go down. There's gonna be a Glimmer Cape into a Fiend's Grip here, maybe taking down Dale, but no, in fact, Dale getting out with just a sliver of health. There's gonna be a shout from the Beastmaster, locking heroes in place. Dale ends up getting a kill here, takes out the Beastmaster, but not without a cost. Does end up falling himself, but there's going to be the final ultimate from the Zeus. Gonna get soul siphoned off, silenced up by the Death Prophet, finished off by the Crypt Swarm, but he's still barely alive. No, he does end up falling. The Vengeful Spirit, imaginary hero here, is just doing so much damage, forcing Nort to TP out, but there's going to be a Yules to cancel it, and it looks like the Dazzle's Shallow Grave will end all too soon, but beautiful juking might end up making the Dazzle live, but no, the swap from the Vengeful Spirit, Aghanim's illusion is too much, and finally here, we're gonna have a Light Strike Array catching out the Beastmaster, but there's gonna be a Nightmare here, maybe next time going in, there's gonna be a Silence, looks like Lena might be the next to fall, she does end up going down. Death Prophet gets the kill on that, but now pray for him, gonna be falling down. Zeus is back in the game. Zeus is doing some damage. We're gonna have another exorcism here from the Death Prophet. Doing what he can with those ghosties, going with the silence, but Arts might get the kill. In fact, does. The Hand of God is just a little too late from the Chen, so now maybe next time retreating. My goodness, what an action-packed fight. I lost track of who went down, who bought back, but either way.
Well, we'll take a look at this fight recap, and I'm going to tell you it is a slaughter fest. So we have 5 going down on, yes, there's 2 buybacks, so technically 7 kills. Meanwhile, on AF, we also have the buyback from the Vengeful Spirit. We have a buyback from the Beastmaster, as well as the death of the Death Prophet and the Chen as well. There was 8,000 XP exchange and only a gold change of about 200. It's absolutely insane, this lead that has also been kind of crafted by AF, but it is dropping very slowly. It was capping out at about 12k, and now it's back down to about 8. And meanwhile, Yellow Submarine have actually fought their way back and are just a little bit ahead in overall XP.
Let's take a look at Bane's items. This guy is feeling so rich that he gets himself a shiny new BKB.
Oh, I
think
like
that's
this.
Fantastic, because he does keep getting units out of that Fiend's Grip, so he's not going to get Light Strike Array out of that one. They're going to leave the cheese in the pit for now. They don't even care about that, you know, watching their calories, but either way, the Aegis is going to go the way of Vengeful Spirit. Once again, that's her 3rd Aegis of the game.
Alright, and they're going to just send maybe next time back to the base just really, really quickly.
Do they just not care about the cheese?
I think they are, yeah, I guess they're just keeping it there
They
for
could
now.
sell it, you know, it's worth some good gold.
Yeah, it's 500 gold. It's pretty decent. At this point in the game, though, I think it's better just to hope that no one else picks it up and you can just pick it up later on. Also, another thing I would like to mention that we didn't get to really talk about too much was the fact that the illusion that the one has, it's like a 9 or 10 second cooldown for the swap. It's insane. She got like six swaps off.
Yeah, so we're just gonna see everyone kind of going back to calm, collected farming, which is not gonna benefit Ad Finem. They need to be up, they need to be fighting. I don't know why they're not constantly applying pressure right now. We're gonna have a 4-man smoke here on the side of the Radiant. And Yellow Submarine, they're in a position to take this game if they stop Ad Finem a couple more times.
Alright, so the BKBs are up. There is going to be the global. There is a couple pings. I think AF know kind of what's going on. And the one is going to be able to get the big swap.
Yeah, looks like the one trying to start things off. There's going to be a haunt in immediately. Exorcism pump coming out. Hand of God coming through. Death Pump trying to keep herself alive very desperately. Dazzle's the first to fall in this engage. There's going to be a shout to the Beastmaster. Connects onto Dazzle. He's stunned up a BKB'd. Now Jet going to be disjointing that missile with a Blink Dagger. Beastmaster ends up getting the kill on the Nature's Prophet. So overall it's going to be a 1 for 2. But now Art's in some trouble. Could end up going down, swapping back into the action here. Art's is going to go ahead and kill off the Beastmaster, forcing him to drop the gem. But they do get the kill on the Spectre, which is absolutely key. She does not, or she does have buyback if she needs to get back into this fight. Which
Does she have buyback? I thought she was on cooldown.
She does.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes. Yeah.
I was just checking the gold. My
Oh,
bad.
yeah,
Either
no
way,
worries, no worries.
We've got Ad Finem charging in. They're going to finish off this mid lane of Rax. There's very little Lina can do. She's going to get swapped in fact. Going to be taking a silence and going to be going down. This could be GG as there's just no one left to defend the Rax. And Megas are not going to cooperate well with Yellow Submarine's lineup. There's going to be one last Rax that's the target, but the GG is called out by the Spectre.
Alright, well played by both teams, but it certainly was an AF 2-0 in this series. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. What were your thoughts about that last game? Since it's our last of the series, we have some time. What did, like, AF just, I felt like pretty much everything went right for them. Even though, like, it got a little bit out of hand, they were just able to keep Yellow Submarine never right, like, never, you know, convincingly forward or ahead at any point of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ad Finem, they kind of got their draft online what they were anticipating. I think they were anticipating much more of a stomp. Certainly Yellow Submarine putting up a fight there, showing that they're still a strong team, but they just couldn't counter this Deathball lineup. So Ad Finem, if they're going to run the strategy again, they've got to be very, very careful to just get in, get towers very quickly, and give up less kills, because this got very close for a while. Yellow Submarine could have taken it over. Ad Finem were starting to lose their window, but the Rax advantage just helped so much. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, in the end, Ad Finem take this series 2-0 over Yellow Submarine.